baby, here's I am. Pull me close.
1978, a year of mood rings, roller rinks, and radio gold. But not every smash hit had staying power. Some artists soared to the top and vanished just as fast. From novelty tracks to tearjerkers, these one-hit wonders defined the year. Ready to dust off the vinyl and rediscover the forgotten? Let's drop the needle.
Now when he was a young man, he never thought he'd see people stand in line.
Number 1, King Tut by Steve Martin and the Toot Uncommons. Only in 1978 could a stand-up comic top the charts with a funked-up tribute to an ancient pharaoh. Steve Martin's King Tut started as a Saturday Night Live sketch and became a nationwide earworm, peaking at number 17. Backed by the Toot Uncommons, actually the nitty-gritty dirt band, Martin's wild parody of Egyptomania was as absurd as it was catchy. With gold chains, sax solos, and pyramid dancing, it captured the decade's weirdest energy.
When he was a young man, he never thought he'd see people stand in line to see the...
Who knew history could be this groovy? But after Tut, Martin left the charts behind, on purpose. And just like that, we go from ancient royalty to disco heartbreak.
It's over and done, but the heartache lives on inside.
2. Emotion by Samantha Sang. A Bee Gees ballad by any other name? Emotion had Barry Gibb's fingerprints all over it. He co-wrote it, sang backup, and helped give it that unmistakable falsetto sheen. Samantha Sang, an Aussie singer, took the heartbreak torch and ran with it, climbing to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was lush, dramatic, and painfully sincere. Originally meant for the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, the song ended up giving Sang her one moment in the spotlight before drifting back into pop oblivion. She felt every note, and so did we. But now, let's turn up the heat with a Latin-flavored floor filler. Number 3, Get Off by Foxy. Foxy's Get Off was pure Miami disco, spicy, sweaty, and totally unfiltered. The band's Cuban-American roots gave the track its irresistible Latin flair, anchored by a sultry "oh-oh" chant that drove clubgoers wild. Ironically, a California club owner once threatened to throw the band in the bay if they didn't quit that very chant. But it worked. Get Off hit number 9 on the charts and topped the soul charts too. Powered by the vocals of Ish Ledesma and a whole lot of attitude, Foxy burned hot, and then disappeared into the disco mist. Time to cool things down with something tender and timeless.
I think about winter when I was with her and
Number 4, Falling by LeBlanc and Carr, soft rock at its sentimental best. Falling was the kind of tune made for slow dances and late-night dedications. Lenny LeBlanc and Pete Carr's harmonies floated over gentle guitar lines, helping the song climb to number 13. Their debut album got a boost when they toured with Leonard Skinner, right before the band's tragic plane crash.
by the fire, I love being by her when there's no...
While LeBlanc later found success in Christian music, Carr faded from the charts. But Falling still lingers, a perfect slice of AM gold for anyone who remembers mixtapes and heartbreak. And speaking of weekends and wishes, the next song made Friday nights feel like magic.
Thank God it's Friday.
Number 5. Thank God It's Friday by Love and Kisses. Before TGIF was a sitcom catchphrase, it was a disco mantra. Love and Kisses, Thank God It's Friday, was the pulsing heart of the movie soundtrack of the same name. The film flopped, but the song soared, reaching number 22 and becoming a club staple.
Things are coming your way. Out there somewhere tonight.
European producer Alec R. Costandinos assembled the studio group, layering multiple vocalists over a relentless four-on-the-floor beat.
Hey, see the stars in his eyes.
It captured that Friday night feeling like lightning in a glittery bottle. One hit was all they needed to make every weekend feel like Studio 54. But not every hit came from the dance floor. Some were born in Beatles nostalgia.
Oh, darling, please believe me.
Number 6. Oh, Darling by Robin Gibb. When Robin Gibb stepped out from the Bee Gees to cover the Beatles' Oh Darling, the result was both familiar and unexpectedly soulful. Featured on the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band movie soundtrack, a film so bizarre it's practically cult, the track hit number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100. Gibb's vibrato-heavy take gave the song a dramatic new twist, standing out even as the movie itself bombed hard.
You didn't need me anymore. Well, you know.
The soundtrack, however, was a hit, and this solo detour gave Robin one sweet taste of chart glory. From Abbey Road homage to Kentucky crossover, our next one-hit wonder takes an even bolder turn.
One desire, gonna wrap my arms around you and hold you close to me.
Number 7. Kiss You All Over by Exile. Sultry, synthy, and soaked in slow-burn seduction, Kiss You All Over ruled the charts for 4 steamy weeks. Exile, a Kentucky band with country roots, went full-on pop with this Mike Chapman, Nicky Chin creation, famously the first hit Chapman wrote using a keyboard.
Every time I'm with you, baby, can't believe it's true.
It was a perfect fit for the late-night vibe of 1978, landing at number 1 and later appearing in movies like Happy Gilmore.
Stay with me, baby, and hold me all night long. Show me.
But the band never replicated its pop success and soon retreated back to the country scene, where they quietly racked up hits. That slow groove faded, but now it's time for a little stormy weather and a British disco twist.
I can't stand the rain against my window.
Number 8. I Can't Stand the Rain by Eruption. Originally a moody soul track by Ann Peebles, I Can't Stand the Rain got a thunderous makeover from British disco group Eruption. Fronted by powerhouse singer Precious Wilson, their version electrified dance floors with pulsing rhythms and glittery production.
Used to be when we were together.
It climbed to number 18 in the US and even higher in the UK, helping Eruption score their one big international moment.
Stand the rain against my window. Bringing back sweet memories.
The band was discovered by Boney M's producer Frank Farian, and their debut album became a Euro disco staple. The rain fell hard, but the beat hit harder. Next up, we slow things down with a promise that still resonates today. Number 9. I Will Still Love You by Stonebolt. Stonebolt delivered soft rock sincerity with I Will Still Love You, a gentle ballad that slipped into the top 40 at number 29. This Canadian band blended mellow harmonies with a message of enduring devotion, making it a wedding favorite for romantics of the era. It was their breakout hit, and pretty much their only one. The track came from their self-titled debut, and though the group had talent, they never quite found another spark. Still, for anyone who's ever made a mixtape with meaning, this one hits home. From Canadian crooners to queens of the dance floor, our next act owned the night.
Please don't talk about sweet love. Please don't talk about being true.
Number 10. I Love the Nightlife by Alicia Bridges. I Want a Boogie? And Alicia Bridges made sure you did. With her raspy vocals and infectious beat, I Love the Nightlife became a disco staple, reaching number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Funny thing is, Bridges originally wrote it as an R&B tune, but disco producers knew better and gave it a club-ready sheen that made it explode on dance floors worldwide.
We had for fixing this broken romance. I want to go where the
It resurfaced in the 90s thanks to the adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, securing its place in the glittery Hall of Fame.
so much to give. I want to give it. I want to get some too. Oh,
By the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive from Retro Rewind. Now, we trade sequins for soul with a track born from teenage heartbreak.
Free again. Who could love?
Number 11, Fool If You Think It's Over by Chris Rea. Chris Rea's debut US hit felt like a late-night drive in song form, moody, reflective, and quietly devastating. Written about his younger sister's first heartbreak, Fool If You Think It's Over crept to number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earned Rea a Grammy nod for Best New Artist. Produced by Gus Dudgeon of Elton John fame, the song showcased Rea on keyboards instead of his usual guitar.
Do that to you. All right.
While he built a strong career in Europe, this was his only American breakthrough. And from one emotional gut punch to another, our next soft rock crooner had a magnet for the spotlight and steel in his delivery.
Take some time for a feeling to grow.
Number 12, Magnet and Steel by Walter Egan. Dreamy and drenched in California sunshine, Magnet and Steel was soft rock perfection. Walter Egan wrote it while crushing hard on Stevie Nicks, who, along with Lindsey Buckingham, added backing vocals that gave it a bit of Fleetwood Mac magic.
The way I feel. My secret.
The song peaked at number 8 and stayed on the charts for 22 weeks, powered by that hazy vibe tailor-made for FM radio. It later popped up in films like Boogie Nights and Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, proving its staying power even if Egan never landed another major hit. But now, we lift things up with a track that soared across oceans and Olympic stadiums.
But it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I look.
Number 13, Love is in the Air by John Paul Young. If you were alive in 1978, chances are you've twirled to Love is in the Air. This Australian disco pop gem, written by George Young and Harry Vanda, floated all the way to number 7 on the US charts, and even higher overseas.
I'm just dreaming. Don't know if I feel safe. But
John Paul Young's smooth delivery and the song's featherlight groove made it a dance floor favorite and a global smash.
every sight and every sound. And I don't know if
It later found new life in Strictly Ballroom and at the closing ceremony of the 2000 Sydney Olympics. But next up, we trade feathered hair for punk poetry, with a track born from the mind of the boss and brought to life by rock royalty.
Pull me close, try and understand. Desire is hunger, is the
Number 14, Because the Night by Patti Smith Group. Bruce Springsteen started it, but Patti Smith made it iconic. Because the Night was a rare blend of raw power and romantic vulnerability, climbing to number 13 in the US and number 5 in the UK. Smith reworked the lyrics to reflect her long-distance relationship with Fred Sonic Smith, and the result became her biggest commercial hit.
Take me now, baby, here as I am. Pull me close, try.
The song anchored her 1978 album Easter and proved that poetry and punk could coexist on the pop charts. Countless covers followed, but nothing matched the intensity of the original. And that brings us to our final entry, a chart topper with a shocking story hiding behind the glam. Number 15, Hot Child in the City by Nick Gilder. Don't let the glitter fool you. Hot Child in the City has a dark core. Nick Gilder, a Canadian rocker and former glam band frontman, wrote it after witnessing the exploitation of young girls on Hollywood Boulevard. Wrapped in a catchy melody and Gilder's androgynous falsetto, the song slowly climbed the charts and finally hit number 1, staying there for a week and setting a then record for its 21-week climb. It became a platinum hit, but Gilder never cracked the top 40 again. It's haunting, infectious, and unforgettable. Just like the rest of these one-hit wonders from the year disco refused to die. So there you have it. 15 songs that briefly owned the airwaves in 1978, then vanished like shag carpet in a home reno. Some made us dance, some made us cry, and some just made us laugh out loud. Which of these forgotten hits sparked a memory for you? Drop a comment, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the grooves and ghosts of pop history.
If I leave